Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back once again to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, at the request of YouTube member Brendan, I am playing Pauper. Pauper is a format that I think is awesome. I've played a lot in the past. If you go back 3 years, you'll find a lot of ugly, unedited stream VODs of me playing Pauper on this channel. So Pauper was really instrumental in the growth of this channel in the early days. I played in the Pauper Premier League when that was a thing. I got third place in the Pauper Championship at Grand Prix Richmond. I have a long history with Pauper, big fan of the format. I do believe it offers the depth of decision-making that Legacy does without any of the BS. And by BS, I mean like Chalice of the Void, Tendrils of Agony, Show and Tell. Like, you're going to play some Magic and go back and forth and cast your spells in the Pauper format. And I really love that. The deck that I'm playing today is Dimir Faeries. This is the second most played deck according to MTG Goldfish right now, just behind Affinty. The Faerie Ninja package, this is a big part of what I like about Pauper. When I got third in the Pauper Championships, I was playing Is It Faeries? That was my deck of choice for a long time. It probably still is if I was on my own. Is It Faeries, for the record, is the third most played deck. But Brendan has me playing Dimir today. The core of this deck is 1-drop Fairy. Then Spellstutter Sprite is able to counter basically anything, because cards aren't that expensive in Pauper. And these flying creatures with ETB abilities, you can pick them up with Ninja of the Deep Hours, draw an extra card when this connects, and then the card's back in your hand to gain value when you recast it again. Augur of Bolas as well. ETB, look at your top three, put a non-creature, non-land into your hand, or is it instant or sorcery? It's instant or sorcery. Put an instant or sorcery in your hand. You can connect with this, pick it back up, do it again. It's a card advantage engine that just nickel and dimes your opponent until they're dead. Death of 1,000 cuts, as they say, 1/1 flying beatdown is plan A. And then eventually, you'll stick a Garmag Angler and get something bigger going. One of Okiba Gang Shinobi can empty your opponent's hand pretty quick. This is a more expensive ninja. Costs 4 to ninjutsu this thing. But when it connects, you get to mind rot them. They have to discard 2 cards. And then rounding out the cast here, efficient cantrips. You'll notice these from Legacy, Preordain, and Brainstorm. Efficient counterspells in Dispel and actual counterspell on top of the Spellstutter Sprite. Efficient removal in Cast Down and Snuff Out. And the hammer to get the Monarch and just pull ahead on cards is Thorn of the Black Rose. Also fun to pick that up and replay it if you want to redeploy the Monarch if you lose it somehow. Like, your creature doesn't have to connect if you pick this up and replay it. And that's what's going on here. We are just gaining advantage with our little creatures, pecking in for damage where we can, countering or killing anything that might kill us, and eventually we'll win simply by not losing for long enough. In the sideboard, there are just more efficient answers to things. Got some Duress when we got to beat the spells. Chainer's Edict for creatures that are hard to remove. Stormbound Geist, which is basically True Name Nemesis in Pauper. If you haven't played Pauper and seen this card go to town in a control mirror, this thing is very hard to kill, and then you have to do it twice. Comes back bigger. This is an absolute monster. Hydroblast and Blue Elemental Blast. Red decks are popular, Burn's popular, Affinity plays Atog and Fling. Hydroblast present in the format. Dispel, because instants are great. It's the Legacy card pool. You're going to want some instants. And that's what's going on here. Not a whole lot more to say. This is a classic blue-black control tempo deck, and I'm excited to get to play it. Let's jump into this league. I'm on the draw in the first round. I'm going to keep this hand. I get to go Fairy Seer into Augur or hold up Counterspell. Probably won't need to hold up Counterspell on turn 2, but you never know. There are some explosive decks in Pauper that you want to start respecting early and often. If I draw or scry into a Spellstutter Sprite, then I get to leave up Counter Magic and do other stuff. Okay, Mistvault Bridge. That's a card that's also in our deck. This could be a mirror or it could be Affinity. Ninja of the Deep Hours and Thorn of the Black Rose are both really good. I'm going to top both of those. Those are cards that I'm going to want if this is a mirror. Okay, looking more like Affinity here. Yeah, this is Affinity. Okay, so I'm going to get to connect with Ninja here. No blocks. Ninja's in. I'm going to draw Thorn. And now they have to answer this board, and they can start deploying 4/4s this turn. Thoughtcast. Recently in Pauper, they banned Chatterstorm and Sojourner's Companion, which were two cards that were pretty oppressive to the metagame. And that paved the way for a deck like the one I'm playing to be a lot better. I probably shouldn't have played my land until after I drew my card. If I draw an untapped land here, I'm going to regret. Yep, blew it. I want to hold up Counterspell this turn. I feel like this is the turn they might go for something, but I do have Cast Down. I could also Brainstorm, but that doesn't get a card out of my hand. The only thing that gets a card out of my hand is Faerie Seer, but I'm going to fetch anyway. That's actually kind of tough. I think I might just discard Faerie Seer to hand size here, because that gives me Counterspell plus untap Cast Down and answer their next two threats. They can have that one. Okay, I guess I have to start respecting these at some point. If they baited me and they have a third big thing, that's fine. I need to answer them all anyway. All right, Atog. That's the good one. That's the one that they could combo kill me with. I'll fetch for black here. Okiba Gang Shinobi. Okay. Is that anything that I want right now? Do I want to Brainstorm here? I don't have quite enough mana to Brainstorm. I think I just want to cast down Atog, see if it resolves. They usually do play Mystical Dispute in their deck. Okay. Augur. I'm just going to spend all my mana this turn. Is Augur going to live up to its reputation? Yep. Augur of Bolas. ETB, look at the bottom three cards of your deck. Opponent has two cards left in their hand. If it's Atog plus Fling, they have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. It's still not 20. And they're duressing me in the main deck. Interesting. So that's going to take Brainstorm. That's the only non-creature in my hand. Augur of Bolas perfectly played around duress by not finding a card. Okay, that's the last card in their hand. They can sack their Wellspring to draw a card at will. I'm going to play Thorn. I need to start drawing cards. And Thorn has Death Touch, so they can't attack with their Atog. If they draw Fling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still not quite dead to Fling. But it's not good. We're kind of both in top deck mode here because my cards don't matter. But I have... Alright, they drew Thoughtcast right away. That's a good one. Disciple of the Vault. Fuck! Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can 9 me out of nowhere, 10 me out of nowhere. Yeah, Disciple's pretty scary. I'm going to need a removal spell ASAP. I think I probably want to attack with Thorn on my turn. Oh, they're attacking now. Thinking about how this is going to work. If I attack with both my creatures... Okay, I'm going to trade here. I get drained for 1, but the Death Touch does remove their 4/4. Which means if I attack with both my creatures, they... Okay, this isn't a drain, it's just a loss. Okay, it's been a while since I played against this card. They're going to refill their hand. When Chromatic Star or Ichor Wellspring die, they draw a card, so they have a Divination just sitting in play here. They hit a land drop off of that. Removal spell would be great. Counterspell might be better. If I attack with Ninja, they sack something. Just literally anything. If I attack with Ninja and Augur, they either get hit by one of these things or they lose their Disciple. That leaves me shields down on Counterspell for a turn, though, which is not really somewhere I want to be. I'm going to cast Angler. I'll just put Angler into play, hold up Counterspell. If I can keep my life total above 10 until I can... They have 9 artifacts in play right now. Atog can attack now. Oh, they made black off of their star. If they string together Runner, Duress, Fling, then I lose to that. But there's a lot of miracle draws that I lose to here. I can't... I'm not in the countering Thoughtcast business because I only care about 4 cards in their deck. I guess I probably care about the second Disciple. That I think kills me, so I would have to counter that too. All right, looks like they don't have those things though. All right, we're going into blocking mode. I can put Augur in front of this, or I can put Gurmag in front of it. Gurmag, they'd have to sacrifice 2 artifacts, which makes their fling worse in the future. I can block with Augur. Yeah, that way if they sack an artifact, like, they could just decide to bounce off of this and not sack anything, and I get to keep my creature, which would be great for me. All right, they didn't fall for it. They're going to sack an artifact to drain me for 1 and remove my Augur. I'm getting another turn. Snuff out. Fuck yeah. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to attack with both my creatures. See if they want to block. If they block Ninja, they lose their Disciple. If they don't, I draw a card. If I can snuff out with Counterspell backup, that's great. And I mean on the hard cast, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can 8 me here, which puts me to 8. If I snuff out, I'm at 4. But I have double Counterspell protection. 4 dies to Galvanic Blast, though. Wow, I really want to hardcast this snuff out, but I don't think I'm going to get to. They're all instants. I can at least draw a card, see what happens. Okay. Yeah, all right. It's your turn. It probably should have done it on my turn. Now they got a chance to play a land drop, which represents an extra damage. Deadly Dispute. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, or draw a card, and create a treasure. Okay. I think I have to snuff now. They can put me to 2 on board. Oh, I don't like this. 1 mana short of doing what I want to do here. I mean, double Counterspell is nice. Maybe the Gurmag shouldn't have attacked. But I need to get this game over with, too. Okay, they let Atog die. I can counter this. Yeah, I'm going to counter this, and then they only have 1 card left in their hand, which I can also counter. And I'm not dying to this Disciple of Vault this turn, and they didn't go in on the max damage. So I'm pretty comfortably at 10. I lose the Monarch, but I hope that doesn't matter at this point. I'm about to take it right back. They get 1 extra card, but I get to clap them for 1,000,000. Drew a land. Gonna attack with my things. They have something. Deadly Dispute. Drain me for 1. Gonna counter that. I have so many counter spells. Put them to 2. I get the Monarch back. Draw an extra card from Ninja right away. Ooh, second Gurmag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 1 short of casting my second Gurmag. I think holding up Counterspell is better than playing Thorn. Yeah, they have 1 card in their hand. They're going to draw 1 for turn and then 1 when they take the Monarch. If they played a land, that's good. Disciple, that's fine. Now they only get the 1 card that they're going to draw off Monarch, and they're dead to my board. I don't know what they could draw off the Monarch that gets through Counterspell here. All yours, fella. Guess they could, like, Deadly Dispute into 2 Galvanic Blasts. That's probably what they're looking for. But they are dead here. Guess they could chump block and kill the other creature, as far as they know. Oh wow, they did it. They actually drew Deadly Dispute. Doesn't matter. I'm at 6 and you're at dead. Those Disciples are pretty scary. Disciple was not a card. Like, I recorded a video with Chatterstorm when Modern Horizons 2 came out, and then basically didn't touch Pauper because it was pretty rancid for a while. And Disciple was not in Affinity decks at the time, at the last time I played the format. I think Thorn was pretty good. I don't know if I want a third one, but a Death Touch blocker and a recurring source of card advantage does seem really good. Suffocating Fumes removes the Disciple, but nothing else. Not sure I'm into that. Don't care about Okiba Gang Shinobi. They're going to have either 1,000,000 or 0 cards in their hand, basically all the time. Dispel, very good. That counters the Deadly Dispute as well as the Fling. I have a Fumes main deck. I think I like the 1 copy, but I don't want more than that. Snuff Out is probably pretty good against the 4/4s. In the Hydroblast for the Atogs and the Flings, Just got to figure out what I'm cutting. This main deck's actually pretty tight. I guess I'm not going to respect the Disciple specifically with a card as narrow as Fumes. That's not the card that's going to beat me. And Chainer's Edict is okay as well. At some point, I'm going to run out of cards to cut. Ninja's not actually great in this matchup. Because like we saw that last game, all of their creatures are bigger than 2/2. So you usually like pick up your flyer once and that's that. Lose focus. Is that something I want? Probably not. In the mid game, they have millions of lands and their cards don't cost that much. So I don't want that. I think I can shave on a Faerie Seer if I'm also shaving on a Ninja, because I don't need to enable it if it's not in my deck. Gurmag's really good. All the removal's good. I'm gonna have to win the game somehow. I'm actually gonna cut another Faerie Seer. This is my plan. Spellstutter Sprite's not gonna counter much in this matchup, but it will represent Ninja stuff and be in play, and it counters like Galvanic Blast or Duress. Right, this hand's fine. The way the Pauper Fairy decks are built, they usually have like 9 to 11 islands and then 2 of their splash color land, and having an opener that can get the splash color right away is really nice. Opponent kept 6. Last game they went to 5, in case I didn't mention that, or if we forgot. There's Disciple. Sprite counters that too, in the later part of the game, obviously, not on turn 1. They have a Darksteel Citadel, which doesn't cast spells specifically. Like they're not going to ATOG or Thoughtcast here. They could Prismatic something or other. Deadly Dispute. Wow, sacking their creature. That's rough. I love it, but it's rough. Good for me. I'm going to get my Swamp in the end step. I think this is a fine time to Augur. Like leaving up a reactive spell on this rare opportunity at an open board. Let's look at the bottom 3 cards of our deck. Oh, it's a miracle. We get not 1, but 2 things. I'm going to take the Hydroblast. Brainstorm's not very good in this format, because there's not a lot of shuffle effects, and the ones that you have aren't good. I have a second Augur in my hand, which is the nuts. If you can Brainstorm, put a spell back, and then use Augur to pick that spell back up and clear the other 2 cards, that's one of the better, more efficient lines that this deck offers, for this archetype in general. Very interested in getting to 4 mana for this Thorn before I'm dead. Island is probably my best draw, and by probably I mean definitely. Island is my best draw, is what I'm trying to say. Thoughtcast. They spent their treasure to Thoughtcast, so it wasn't a freebie. Augur. I'm going to Brainstorm looking for this island. Swing for the fences. Shit. Wrecked. Well, that's bad news. I'm going to put back these 2 counterspells that I can't cast. Then I'm going to have to discard to hand size. Casting Preordain is less risky there, because if I don't find the land, I can just bottom, and I don't have to work through the Brainstorm cards, but Brainstorm is the play to win play. Like, if I hit Island there, or really any land, and then I can Augur or Fetch or whatever, that's a much better situation. Now I'm going to be playing from behind for a while. I am going to absorb this damage. Because like we saw last game with the Disciple and the ATOG, every damage counts. I know my top card is Counterspell, but I have to Preordain to try to find the land, get past it. I don't think I can afford to just skip my land drop. And Snuff Out is like neutral because I can pay 4 to remove a 4 power creature. I think I want to bottom this and just play to win. Alright. Now I'm dead. Needed a land there. Thorn is not going to come up this game. If they have, like, basically anything, I lose. I'm already losing to this board, and they can probably just... If they can follow up with an ATOG or another big creature, even a small creature to chew up my Edict, it's all bad for me. They took Hydroblast, that sucks. That means they're planning for an ATOG situation. Yeah, there it is. They can attack for 8. Put me to 11. Dispel. Well, I'm dead to a Tog, so I better kill it. They can draw 2 cards on the way out here with Star and Wellspring. They can draw the card with Star on their turn as well. They don't need to do that right now, but they're doing it anyway. Sure. I actually have no outs. I'm going to concede. I don't need to keep playing this game. Even if I draw a land and remove one of these, I'm going to be at 3 next turn and dead to the other one. And I don't have a... I would have to draw a land and answer. Nope. This deck does operate on kind of a thin land count for how many lands it wants to play in a game. It does count on the cantrips a lot. And we didn't get there. Maybe Spellstutter Sprite is worse than I want it to be. I could bring Fairy Seers back in, or at least one, which would help mitigate the land situation. And on the play, Ninja's a lot better than it is on the draw, but I only have 2 1-mana enablers in the deck right now, so I don't need more Ninjas. I think I want another Blue Elemental Blast effect. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This one is a 1-lander, obviously, but it's a very good 1-lander, and I have Preordain. I'm going to keep it. 20 lands in the deck, 1 out of 3 cards. Preordain sees 3 cards. Let's go. Just show me 2 lands, though. Okay, I'm going to bottom the black spell. I don't have black mana yet. I'm going to keep the blue land. I can augur here. Hopefully find a cantrip that can help me find black. Nope, just another black spell. Sent one of my swamps to the bottom. It's all right. This is what I was talking about, of you have 2 sources, well, with the fetch lands and everything, but you have 2 sources of your splash color in these fairy decks a lot of the time. And the difference between finding one and not finding one is a big deal. Okay, that's a good one. That's why you leave 2 ninjas in the deck, because sometimes you'll find a spot for them. 7 cards in hand. My land drops are locked up here. I just would like if one of them was black. Makeshift Munitions, pretty insane. This card was downshifted to common in Commander Legends. It was originally an uncommon. Thoughtcast is a sorcery. Can't counter that one with Dispel. I can counter that one, though. Got him. Okay, Ninja gets to ride here. I'm going to try to find a swamp before I make my land drop here. Draw a card. Okay, found Ash Barrens. That's a swamp. I can augur, hold up Counterspell, and cycle Ash Barrens on a future turn. I think I actually like that a lot. Get this augur back in. Found Preordain. Cool. Alright, looks like we're kind of doing it here. Double Snuff Out's kind of scary because they pressure my life total so much, but I think it'll be fine. H-Hog. I'm going to cast Counterspell on this. The reason being that if I cycle Ash Barrens in the end step, then I'm tapped out of Counterspell for a sack all my things, fling you line. So it's not lethal though. Oh wow, they're just whipping. Okay, this is awesome. They're sacking 2 lands to kill my Ninja. So Ninja was a immediate 2 for 0 because it picked up a card that drew more cards. And then it drew another card, and then they sacked 2 lands to answer it. We are in party time right now. I found a Counterspell as well. Now we're going to find out if this 1-power creature can get the game done. Hopefully Brainstorm comes up with a second creature or Gurmag Angler, something that'll end this game a little quicker, but I'm pretty well insulated from dying quickly. And if they want to sack all their lands to kill my augur, go for it. Attack with augur. Oh, I should have brainstormed first. I can brainstorm now, in case I find a ninja. Didn't find a ninja, that's okay. Found a land drop, though. And Fairy Seer. Do I even want this land drop? I can probably scry these Snuff Outs to the bottom. I have so many cast downs. Yeah, okay. Get in there with my augur, play my land. Fairy Seer. Doubled the clock. Went from a 14-turn clock to a 7-turn clock, just like that. So Deadly Disputing. Do I want to counter that? I don't think so. I think what I want to do is kill their Makeshift Munitions in response, so my Fairy gets to stay in play. They can have Deadly Dispute. They're too low resource to combo me out right now anyway, so go ahead. And I'm going to bury these Snuff Outs. Bottom. I am tapped out of Counterspell right now, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Disciple, I can kill that with Cast Down. Prism. Gonna cast this down right now. All right, dead with no damage. I do need a Ninja or Gurmag, really, to start. Okay, I'll take that too. Something to really put the gas pedal down, because they have 5 cards in hand, and I have 3 hard answers in hand, and the game is going to go 7 more turns. So the math doesn't totally favor me right now. But I can counter Atog because I have a second Faerie in play. I'm not going to counter Thoughtcast. There's a lot of air in this deck, just artifact lands, prophetic prisms, that kind of thing, and I want to fight over payoffs with my hard counter. Can cast that down. Looks like they're just passing. Cast down. They didn't fling it at me, that's good. Brainstorm now in case I find a Ninja. Got something here. Deadly Dispute. I'm going to Spellstutter that. That's a really cool card for this deck. Another Counterspell, Brainstorm, Cast down. I'm going to tuck Counterspell, Brainstorm on top. Or does it go the other way? Maybe it's Snuff Out, Counterspell. Yeah, so I can cast Counterspell, and I can Brainstorm into Snuff Out if I really need to kill something immediately. And I untap with double Counterspell next turn. And they're at 10. I now have 3 power in play. Tick-tock. Make sure I don't get hit with any sweepers is the big thing. I will fight over this one. That represents a lot of removal. Okay, sure. They're going to end up with that. They can start whipping lands at my creatures and take time off the clock. I think that's okay. See if they want to start doing that right away. Yep. Okay. I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to save this Brainstorm because this isn't like Legacy where Brainstorm can just like bust open the whole game. Like, you don't have a lot of shuffle effects. I know I'm drawing Snuff Out next turn. Oh, I'm just going to wait to see 3 totally fresh cards off the Brainstorm because they need to be good. Chromatic Star is a good one. They can throw that at my Faerie Seer basically for free. Finding Ninja here would be great. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a situation where I wish I didn't board out my Ninjas. I'm going to keep Faerie Seer, even though it's just going to die. But they do have to spend some resource killing it, and it gets to bottom the 2 lands that I don't want. They have another Deadly Dispute. I don't think I get to counter this one. I'm down to few enough answers in hand that I can't fight over divinations anymore. It would cost them their treasure and another artifact to kill my Faerie here. It's a double whammy. I'll take that. That's fine. Seer. Get rid of these islands. That's what I was talking about with Brainstorms are bad in this format. I just had to cast a 1/1 that's just going to die to clear my Brainstorm cards. Duress. Counter that. They're going to see my hand to get to make a choice anyway. So you might as well remove the choice, force the choice, take the counter, use Counterspell on the Duress. A Tog is in play now. Another Tog is in play now. Okay. I can kill them both, luckily. I hope they don't play Spell Pierce. Like, they can't Metallic Rebuke right now. Right. And that just saved me 4 life. They can throw the Atog at my Faerie Seer for free because it's dying anyway with the makeshift mannequin. Or makeshift munitions. Makeshift mannequin is a different card. Yep, that's dead. Alright, well, I'm hellbent. Facing down makeshift munitions. And they have 2 cards in their hand. I could definitely lose this game if I don't get something going quickly. Maybe it was a punt boarding out that one Ninja I boarded out. I think I just fundamentally misunderstood what's going on over here. In Affinity builds of old, they were like 4/4 tribal, and that's not what's going on here. This is built much more like a combo deck, where I would definitely want Ninja as often as possible. Oh, they have Red Blast. Oh, okay, Galvanic Blast, sure. There's my Ninja. Bottom, top. I can play Ninja, and it can just die somehow. I have to spend 2 things on it. It's actually a tough choice. That was a really good Galvanic Blast. Yeah, my deck is full of Hydroblasts right now. Like, they're all in there. If I can remove the munitions before I commit my Ninja to the board, that's a better situation for me. They're playing Drago over there, so am I. Ugh. I'm gonna play my land, pass. I'm not gonna cycle Ash Barrens. So that is a shuffle effect for Brainstorm. They came up with a Dispute. They get to draw 2. Pretty good. Hope they don't also come up with a 4/4. Or an Atog's even worse. Joe Garmaggio. Alright, let's do this. Gurmag Angler. I think the only better draw in my deck was Thorn of the Black Rose. Okay, they just have their own cast downs. Okay, fine. At least it's not Atog and Fling. I'll take that. Hey, there's the thing I said I wanted. There she is. Now we have real pressure on this game unless they counter it. Okay, cool. At this point, I just want maximum resources available, so I am going to get my other swamp, put it into play, and pass with all of this mana available. Dispel is pretty good. That counters Fling. Disciple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They can deal 18 to me, just on the board. Uh-oh, that's bad. I need to remove that thing immediately. Okay, I'm going to attack with my Thorn. And I'm going to ninjutsu, and they don't block. Any effort they put into killing Ninja instead of killing me is a good thing here. Spell. Okay, now they have to use their onboard resources if they're going to answer this. They are going face here with at least some of this. I don't know how deep we're going to go here. They're 1 damage short of killing me. Okay, now they're pivoting onto Ninja. This was a good exchange for me. Okay. Now I'm at functionally 3 life instead of 1. And I'm all in. I become the Monarch again. And play my land in case I draw Counterspell or Cast Down. Fuck yeah. Alright, get that out of here right now. Ooh. Alright, they can kill Thorn or deal 6 to me or just let their thing die. I'm F6, let's do it. Chromatic Star. They can ping me and draw a card here. That's what they did. And Prism. 4/4 is pretty good. On deck, let's keep the bangers coming. Not quite what I was looking for there. I'm going to play Expanse. And I'm not going to attack. Removal spell would be great. Oh no, should have been more specific. They could sack 3 things, kill Thorn, attack me for 4, take the Monarch. I'm at 10, and they're the Monarch. I hope they don't see that line. Oh good. Whoa, that's a fucking relief. Holy guacamole. Yeah, I mean, it would have cost them 2 lands, but I think it would have won them the game easily. Edict can control Atog for a while. Yeah, here we go. Snuff out for the next thing. They're top decking. I'm drawing 2 cards a turn. They can chuck the Atog at me in response to the Edict. Now I gotta find a way to win. Augur will do it. Just gotta get in there 6 times. Snuff out can't kill Disciple, which is something I do need to pay attention to. Counterspell, absolutely. I think this one's in the bag. Hydroblast, give it to me. I can take out the munitions if I decide that's a problem. Gurmag's here. Alright, now we're just running away. Thank you, Monarchy. Good to be the king. I don't think I need to destroy munitions. I think I can just attack, see what they do. This card. Yeah, that's fine. That's not what this game's about. I'm gonna Hydroblast munitions, actually, to make sure that Gurmag Angler can go coast to coast. They don't have many answers to this card, especially with Counterspell backup. There it is. They just passed the turn. Play my land, attack for 5. Put them to 1. Augur. Reload. Look at the bottom 3 cards of our deck one last time on the way through. Snuff out or Preordain. I'd rather have Preordain. Don't think I'm going to need to snuff anything here. Alright, bottom, top. Hydroblast and Counterspell should protect me from most things I'd be worried about. I have 1 card in hand, I have 1 Counterspell. Just show them who's boss. Don't need to counter this, they're dead either way. But bang. And that's a wrap. Controlled Affinity. Made a small sideboarding error because I'm sort of out of the loop. The Pauper loop. I should have had all my ninjas in the deck post-board here, but managed to navigate it anyway. On to the next one. On the draw with a hand that is clunky, but I'm definitely going to keep it. It has routes to all of my colors, even though it doesn't happen quickly. But that's okay. I am going to fetch Swamp off of my Terramorphic Expanse, so I can use the black to get blue, and cast Faerie Seer on my turn. That spends all my mana the best. Black, blue, island. Now the question is, do I just shove this into Spellstutter Sprite? And I think the answer is no. Yeah, I'm not giving them a free buffet like that. I could just play Augur next turn and play around Spellstutter. Being on the draw in the Fairy Mirror, you have to respect Spellstutter Sprite. Like, just because in addition to them countering your spell and getting a 1/1 body, that 1/1 body also ups the fairy count for future turns and just stays relevant forever. Like this situation, now I can cast Augur. And if they cast Counterspell, I can play one of my 1-drops and dodge the Spellstutter the whole way. And now my Spellstutter is on 2 Counterspells. I'm going to bottom actually both of these. My hand already has 2 Counterspells, and now I need to push my onboard advantage. Okay, this is the mirror. Spellstutter, hell yeah. I can attack here. If they try to remove my creature, I can Spellstutter. I can't Spellstutter that one. All right. They smartly played around Ninja here, and I'm just going to pass. They've been pretty aggro with their cantrips, and if I can punish that, I will. I'm just going to drop a Spellstutter out in the end step. They can't Spellstutter it themselves. Is this the counter war I want to fight? Sure. And like Gurmag Angler is really the only spell you want to counter in this matchup. But if they're worried about this Spellstutter, then I'm going to get after it. Okay. That was just a clean 2 for 2. I have 4 cards in hand to their 3. And now the coast is clear for this Thorn of the Black Rose. Just like I totally knew would happen because was totally not a top deck right now. Now they're miles behind and they got to figure this out. Faerie Seer. Like when they went for the counterspell on that Spellstutter, I was wondering like what the plan was there, because that counterspell is precious in this matchup. I'm probably going to board some number of them out. Even it doesn't have a lot of great targets, and Spellstutter Sprite on a naked board is not one of them. Okay, I'm going to start with Preordain. See if that gets Spellstuttered. It did not. Okay. I'm going to top both of these, because then I can Augur and pick up the Brainstorm I just saw. So I'm guaranteed to hit a card. If they Spellstutter this, I have Snuff Out and can ruin their fairy count. Bang. Get out. And I actually want the other Snuff Out. Just make sure that they don't take the Monarch. I'm just going to spew it off. Get it out of here. Yeah, they know what's going on. They're too far behind against the Monarch at this point, and they get no momentum, nothing to ninja with. Bang. I feel like I played that game really well. Not to toot my own horn, but I think dancing around the Spellstutter on turn 2, which they did end up having, and making them play off curve the whole game, we should be proud of that one. Definitely bringing in my true name nemesis. Stormgeist. Suffocating Fumes. This only hits opposing creatures, which is the big difference from previous Shrivel printings. Definitely want this. Okiba Gang Shinobi, Thorn of the Black Rose. I think I just want more bangers in the deck. Dispel hits Counterspell and removal spells, but not the actual fairies. What am I cutting if this is the plan? Like, actual Counterspell, I don't think I actually want. I think I want to tangle with them on the board. They play to the board, beat them with free or cheap spells. I'm on the draw too, which makes Counterspell even worse. I need everything that is a creature has to be in my deck, basically. Cast Down is fine. Maybe I don't need the second Okiba Gang Shinobi, though I do think it's good. Thorn of the Black Rose and the Stormbound Geist probably gonna do enough there. It's not that I don't want Okiba Gang, it's just that I don't know what I would cut for it. Yeah, this is a presentable deck. I'm in. This matchup's weird. Like, the same reason that Dispel is medium, so is Duress. Like, this is a blue-black control mirror. You would think that Dispel and Duress are just auto-includes, but most of the cards that matter are creatures. This is a keep. If they have 1-drop into Ninja, I'm in all sorts of trouble. Uh-oh. Oh, fucking cheating. Okay, so This Faerie Miscreant is known bugged. You're not supposed to draw a card if there's not a second Miscreant in play, and it's bugged that you just draw a card on the first one. So my opponent, everyone knows this at this point, and I'm going to report this match and this opponent. But anyway, let's just deal with it. We're getting hit by Ninja. Sure. That kind of taints the entire experience, but we'll make it work. Just beat him anyway, right? If I can find a snuff out right here. Place tunnel. Getting hit with Ninja again. Yeah, we're just getting buried. And, I mean, even if that Miscreant wasn't Miscreant, even if it was Faerie Seer, we'd still be in a lot of trouble here. But they do have a whole extra card that they shouldn't have. Oh, now it's 2. Alright, yeah, now they're up 2 cards. Maybe I'll just draw Fumes right now and punish. Spellstutter, Gurmag. I'm going to Brainstorm right now while they're tapped out. Okay, Snuff Out is not bad. I don't need all these lands right now. This is a swamp, so that counts for... I'm going to bury the extra swamp. Wow, I don't even have a spell. Oh, I have the Snuff Out. Okay. Okay, I do have a spell. I'm going to put land Snuff Out on top, and then I'm going to play Augur, picking up the Snuff Out. And I'm going to snuff the Ninja right now. Probably didn't need to do that because Augur blocks it, but I just want to make sure my spells resolve. Okay. Yeah, I definitely messed up. I should have waited to hit the second Ninja. I might be mildly tilted that my opponent is abusing the known bug. Yep, drew their third card of the match with the Faerie Miscreant. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play Gurmag and back it up with a Spellstutter Sprite. That doesn't counter Cast Down, but they can't snuff out the black creature. I'm at 5. I should have flashed in a Spellstutter in the end step. I just clicked through it. I'll play Ice Tunnel, pass the turn. Can't really attack here. And they're probably holding up infinite counterspells. They've drawn 3 extra cards this game. Well, they've drawn more than that, but they've drawn 3 extra cards they shouldn't have this game. Yep, Counterspell. Or that probably shouldn't even be in the deck. Okay. My spells are countered. Now's the time to draw Fumes. They're tapped low. Come on, deck, help me out here. Cast Down. None of that is helpful. I could cast down 1, block another, and be at 1. I'm just going to cast down a Miscreant right now. They currently can't cast Counterspell. And I'll play this now as well. Dead to any removal spell. Also dead to Ninja. Okay, sure. Ezokrato, 1989. Noted. Okay, how do I beat the cheater opponent as well as the tough mirror match? I mean, I'm on the play now, so that changes a lot. I don't think Duress changes anything. Okiba Gang just gives me another like fat banger and a black creature that can't get snuffed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just like tap out Smash against them. I'm gonna cut a Cast Down actually on the play. All right, let's do this. Yeah, Faerie Miscreant isn't even in the stock list of blue-black. Like, it's not a card that is played in this archetype, so the only reason to have this card in your deck is if you're cheating. I'm gonna keep this. I think I would rather Augur on 2 and have my mana set up than have Seer on 1. Like, I don't even have an untapped land if I draw Ninja off the top, so there's nothing to play to here. I'm just gonna play my Ice Tunnel. Save the Terramorphic Expanse. They're both tap lands, but this is obviously better. And also, the Terramorphic Expanse can play with Brainstorm later. Augur, let's go. There's that Brainstorm I mentioned. Agony Warp. Okay, yeah, that's a 2-for-1 all day. Please untap land. Jam my true name. Alright, I don't get to jam my true name here. I do get to Brainstorm and cast Faerie Seer, though. Ooh, yikes. That's not pretty. I'll put back one of the Thorns. I actually think I'm going to put back both Thorn. I'm going to shuffle the Brainstorm and cast Faerie Seer. Now I'm on board. They have to respect. I kind of do want to spell, but they... Oh yeah, at bottom, top. Yeah, because they'll have to kill my Fairy on their turn, or else Dispel will protect my Ninja. And then if they kill Fairy on their turn, okay, they have their own tree name. Fair enough. I can commit to this life. Let's grind. Brainstorm, sure. Preordain. He's probably going to bottom to clear the Brainstorm cards. Yep, bottomed both. It's just that efficient Pauper cantrip suite. If they attack, I'm definitely going to block. Brainstorm, Preordain. They can Spellstutter me. I can't Spellstutter them. I can attack with both my creatures and get Ninja in, but I'm not sure that I even want to do that. I'm going to put Preordain on the stack, see what they have to say about that. Oh, nothing. That's surprising. Okay. Top both of these. I do want that Snuff out, and I want to hit my land drop. And I can start rumbling. Attack with my Geist. I think I'm ahead on board, so I want to push the Geist angle. All right, cool. And they're going to give me Ninja. I'm going to take it. I'll pick up my Geist. Just a little dangerous because now it's not in play anymore, and it's the best creature. But we'll make it work. Cool. Now Ninja's in, and Geist can't block that. I'm not going to dispel the shitty Brainstorm. I'm saving Dispel for removal on my Ninja. If they have their 5th land and they're able to ninjutsu their Geist and then replay it, that's actually really bad for me, so I think I have to block if they attack. I will dispel this. They probably have an answer in their hand. They have 8 answers to a dispel. Okay, sure. At least it's not Spellstutter. It's a 1-for-1 instead of a 2-for-1. I'll take it. I'm not going to block because even if they Ninja, they can't replay the Geist this turn. And I have Snuff out for Ninja. Cool. Now the board's empty again. And I can Okiba gang them. Gang them style. If they have Snuff out, they have to cast it now because my creature is black. All right, let's go. Splat. Put you to 1 card in hand. They discarded the Geist and a Preordain. Let's see if their 1 card in hand is Faerie Miscreant. Is that how they're going to do this? All right, they are the Monarch for now. I should be able to take that pretty quickly, I think. Options include playing Geist and Faerie Seer, is having a shitload of creatures. I could try to Brainstorm right now into a cast down and just win the game on the spot. I think I like that. I didn't get there, that's okay. Put Preordain Island on top. And then I'm going to attack with Okiba Gang. They have to block. Then I'm going to play Stormbound Geist and Faerie Seer. I stacked this so my Augur will hit. And I think I still want it. No, I'll bottom the extra land, keep the Preordain. I'll give Augur a chance to get their own all-natural. I have another Okiba Gang that can party. They do get to draw a card right away with this Scry because of the Monarch. And Hardcast Ninja, okay. Drawing Preordain. I attack with both. Okiba Gang's actually not good here, but if I attack with both, I'm at least the Monarch. Okay, I'll take the Monarch. They should just not block. I guess they could trade off Faerie Seer, that might make sense. But I would want as many attackers as possible for next turn to try to reclaim the Monarchy. Then I think I want to Preordain first, try to set up Augur. Top. I did want the land drop. Augur will definitely hit Preordain here, might do better. Oh, cast down is better. Yeah, I'll take the cast down. And I have Spellstutter Sprite, but I'm just going to cast down the Fairy right now. Cool. If they have removal for Augur, they get to take the Monarch back, or they can just cheat some more. Cool. Yeah, now they're great. Hopefully we'll just beat them anyway. Like I'm still ahead, but the cheating is a lot of fun to navigate. As a Corrado 1989. For Mega Angler, I'm gonna Preordain looking for removal. Suffocating Fumes, hell yeah. Bottom, top, so I can Fumes and I can Spellstutter Sprite a Counterspell. Fuck your couch. I'm only gonna attack with Geist, because I'm just gonna take the Monarch and leave back a blocker. Gotta play a little more careful than I would otherwise have to, because they drew 2 extra cards last turn for free. Block. My Fairy count might be relevant, like they'll probably cast a 2-drop at some point. I'm just going to counter this because I can. I don't think it's important. Aggressively cheating and still couldn't beat me. Nice one as a Crotto 1989. On to the next round. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw, in the third round, I'm going to keep this one. I have my mana set up. This doesn't exactly curve out into a ninja. Right, we got another mirror. I imagine some folks roll their eyes at the amount of blue-black they might be seeing in the Pauper queues right now. But my personal thought on that is if high-skill blue-black control mirrors are a defining aspect of a format, that's not a bad thing. Like, look at this. My opponent just made their land for the turn, basic swamp. They're not gonna... I guess they could have Ash Barrens, so I'm gonna stifle myself before I talk too much shit. Okay, I was about to make fun of their brainstorm with the high skill mirror, but they do have Ash Barrens. Good job. But my opponent last round, despite cheating, drawing a bunch of extra cards, still couldn't convert a victory. They had some bad brainstorms early on that probably hurt them a bit. Made some weird sideboarding choices with, like, what's it called? The counterspells still in the deck, post board, just fundamental errors, I think. I am going to cast this thing down. It just represents a ninja, and waiting until they ninjutsu it to kill the ninja just gives them a second augur to play, and I'm just going to have to eat my 2-for-1 there. I'm working up... I have sort of a fatter, blacker hand here, which is kind of a weird play pattern, but it's not bad. Like, if I can Fumes a fairy or two at some point... Ooh, they just foretold a card. Okay, that's the Behold the Multiverse. That's what that is. Here's Spellstutter Sprite. See if they want to fight over this. If they have Cast Down, yeah, they can just nuke that right now, but then I turn around and jam Thorn of the Black Rose, just like we drew it up. Bang. I'm the Monarch. Let's go. And I have Suffocating Fumes in hand that can beat up an army of Flash Fairies. There's that Brainstorm we saw off the Augur. I have Brainstorm plus Shuffle available in my hand right now if I don't think I want Okiba Gang. But cracking with Okiba Gang here is pretty good. Holding up what appears to be Counterspell. Could be Spellstutter Sprite also. Ooh, my own Counterspell. I'm gonna Brainstorm. I can kill a fairy if they go after this. I don't think I'm gonna need Okiba Gang this game. I just don't think that's what this is about. And Preordain, I think, is also worse than the land. Though, no, I'm going to put one of the extra lands back. That's what I'm going to do. Because with being the Monarch, I'm going to find some extra lands. Should be hitting land drops anyway. I'm just going to hold up Counterspell or Suffocating Fumes, whatever I need to do here. If they just flash in a fairy, okay, they're beholding. I'm not going to counter that. Fairy Seer, okay. I guess if they have Cast Down plus Counterspell, I'm going to lose the Monarch here. Maybe I could have done a little better, but I'm not sure. Don't know if I need to play to that situation. They bottomed both cards off of Behold the Multiverse. It's Scry 2, Draw 2. Brainstorm into Fetchland. Those are good brainstorms. Gurmag Angler. Okay. I'm not going to Counterspell that. I'm more worried about Cast Down on my Thorn, because Thorn has Death Touch. Gurmag's already covered. And I have one of my own. Preordain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Preordain is free because the Gurmag eats it right away. Okay. Bottom, top. I actually do like Snuff out here. 0 mana interaction's pretty exciting. Gurmag. Counterspell. That's not actually important, I don't think. I'm going to snuff out Augur, and if they don't dispel this, I'm going to let Counterspell resolve. Okay, that's fine. I think playing 2 more creatures onto the board is going to be better than holding up Counterspell here. Let's just bury them in cards. They can't sneak a flyer in. Oh, look at my bottom 3 cards. There it is. I guess I should have Fairy Seared first to try to set up Augur. That would have made more sense. That was my punt. Augur and Spellstutter. I'm going to top both of these. I'm going to draw a Spellstutter for the Monarch right now, and then I'll have Augur to find more cards next turn. There's the Preordain, another Preordain, Preordain bottomed. Now there's another one. These Commander Legends full art Preordains are so sick. Kind of tilted because I have a foiled out Is It Scred deck IRL, but it doesn't have the full arts Preordains. They didn't exist at the time I made the deck. So do I need to get those now? How does this work? Am I duty bound to have the best version or just a good version? I can Augur, or I can just hold up 2 counterspells here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can flashback Chainer's Edict next turn. I think I want to Augur. Okay, Preordain and Dispel. Yeah, I'll take Dispel here for sure. My only job right now is to not lose the Monarch, and I'll eventually win this game, so I'm going to stick to that plan. There's a land drop. Always happy to see that. If they just flashback Chainer's Edict, I sack an Augur, not a big deal. And no attacks, no action out of them. Drago favors the person who is the Monarch. It should not be a surprise. I'm going to Augur again. Lose focus. Right, yeah, I'm not going to fight over this. Nope, don't care. You can have my Augur. That's a 1-for-1 in a situation where I'm the Monarch. And I'm going to play the untapped land to hold up Counterspell and Spellstutter. Draw Faerie Seer in the end step. Flashback Edict, don't care. That was a 2-for-1 on the way in. You got a 2-for-1 on the way out. Just need to put these flyers into play, then I'll start pushing damage while I'm drawing a card, which is what I've been working this game towards the whole time. They have 3 cards in their hand to my 7, and yeah, the writing's on the wall. They don't need to play anymore. They know what's going on. Okay, I liked that plan we were on last time, where basically anything that's a creature comes in. I don't remember if I found room for Okiba Gang Shinobi. So things that aren't as good. I don't love Counterspell. And I think I did cut a cast out, or cast down for Okiba Gang. Like, this is kind of the hand we just randomly had in game 1 anyway. Just black creatures, mid-game dominance, rather than trying to commit to the fairy thing. I might actually want the Dispel. On the draw, I think cheap interaction. All right, yeah, on the draw, I like Dispel better than Okiba Gang. On the play, I'll switch them if there's a game 3. My opponent had Lose Focus in the main, which is interesting. So they have more counterspells than I do, just in general. I'm going to keep this hand. Needs a black source, but most hands do. I can get on board on turn 1, which is really important. And they didn't get on board on turn 1. They preordained, bottomed. Wonder if they kept a 1-lander. Let's scry into Ninja. Oh, True Name Nemesis. I'll leave that on top, bottom the land. They foretold a card, okay. I could brainstorm this turn. It's a serious bummer that they tapped out like that and I don't have the Ninja to punish. I'm going to brainstorm. Okay, cool. Put back both of these islands. I found Ninja for next turn and I can protect it with Dispel. And then I can play Stormbound guys to protect it with Dispel the turn after that. Ooh. Bold. No, I'm going to let them have the Brainstorm, and then I'm going to save the Dispel for the Ninja. I don't... Like, these games go so long, I don't think you're going to cheese a victory very often. And right now, being able to Dispel a Snuff Out is a huge deal. In and do my favorite thing on the earth. Ninja of the Deep Hours. Alright, they're fetching in response, probably getting the Swamp for Snuff Out. But I have the Dispel because I didn't go after their Brainstorm. Oh, they don't have Snuff Out. Cool. Even better. That lets me just rejam the Fairy. Ooh. My own Snuff Out. Top. Because I'll draw Augur next turn. Augur will find Snuff, and then we're chilling. Cast down my Ninja, that's fine. Yeah, that damage has been done already. I'm gonna attack... Oh, I'm gonna Okiba Gang them. What am I even talking about here? This might be lights out. Bang! Can't snuff this one out. The old 4-for-1. Put him in the graveyard. Wow, they discarded a True Name. And a Dispel. What did they keep in their hand after all this? Okay. Removal spell. Yeah, they still had the Behold chilling in exile. So they're going to reload here. But now I can Augur True Name. Augur. Find Brainstorm and Ghost with the most. The Hold the Multiverse is pretty sick. A little disappointed my build doesn't have that. That's in there. I have my own. Not really in a position to deploy it, however. I'm gonna Fairy Seer before I Brainstorm. Oh, double Preordain's pretty cool. Top, Brainstorm, put back, land, Snuff out. So Snuff could be pretty good still. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna bottom both. Fairy Seer, Preordain again. Fumes, Ash Barrens. I don't think I want either of those. Spellstutter is not bad. That's good for 2. And I'm going to attack with my unblockable creature. Protection from everything. If they attack, they're losing the race. I'm taking 5 a turn, they're taking 4 a turn, but I'm starting the race at 20, and they're starting the race at 12. Also, if they give me any target for the Spellstutter, I'm going in, and then we're both taking 5 a turn. Another Snuff. Don't love it. I'm going to attack with all my creatures. They're at 8. If I play Fairy Seer, then most of my... It's basically a hard counter. Spellstutter is basically a hard counter at that point. I'm going to dispel the Counterspell, save the Spellstutter, because that can also hit creatures. And like I said, it's approaching hard counter status. All right, let's see who's going to end up winning this exchange. They have 1 card left. Is it good? Nope. They knew what this means. They're behind on board, behind on cards, behind on everything. Another easy blue-black control mirror win. Next round, on the draw again in round 4, because why would I ever be on the play? And I'm keeping my hand. I can preordain into Spellstutter and stuff. Ooh, a different deck. Elfos. Okay. This is a good matchup for Is It Scred? I'm not sure where it lines up against the black version of the deck. I think I'm going to bottom both of these. I'm looking for black mana at this point, or ways to interact with them. Like I have the Suffocating Fume. Spellstutter Sprite is just Counterspell with a 1/1 attached. This deck has both less overall and less efficient removal than Scred does. Oh, this is Stompy. It's not elves. That's even better. Okay, now I'm just happy. just excited to be here at this point. I think Augur will be better spent than Spellstutter this turn. All right, just sent a black source to the bottom. Found a Brainstorm for my trouble, though. They found their second land. Danger. Savage Swipe. Ouch. Yeah, that card, that was a great printing in Modern Horizons 1 for this deck exactly. It's a 1-mana fight card that also goes off with cards that have power 2 to begin with, which most of the cards in their deck do. So, really cool card. Vault Scourge, you got it. Come on, deck. Alright, Black Source confirmed. We're in there. Can start playing the game next turn. I'm going to leave up Spellstutter this turn. They'll have to cast a spell to untap their Nettle Sentinel. If they have a 2-drop, I can Counterspell. If they have a 1-drop, I can Spellstutter. Ooh, definitely Counterspelling that one. That is like countering multiple spells. Okay, I'm at 7, and my black mana is up. Drawing a land there was really good. Now I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could just jam Gurmag. I can also cast down and Spellstutter. Yeah, I'm going to cast down the Pit Skulk. And now I can counter a 1-drop and block Vault Scourge with Spellstutter Sprite. Or just Counterspell if they have a more expensive thing. And all of this is just inching closer to Gurmag Angler, which will probably shut the game down if my life total is still intact. I'm going to 4 here. Maybe less if they have a pump spell. In for 3. Snuff out. All right, well, I'm going to have to hardcast that one. All right, 5 cards in my graveyard, so Brainstorm's free. Yikes. Put back Snuff out and Ninja, probably. Snuff out and... No, I'll put back... Yeah, Snuff out and Ninja. Makes sense to me. Then I can Gurmag. There you are. Spellstutter Sprite still holding the fort. I don't really want to jump it in front of Vault Scourge, but I will. If they have any pump spell at all, it gets me real good. but I can't just take these beats. Block. What you got? Oh, wow. You got a card in the graveyard? Just goes right in the graveyard. Deal. Quirion Ranger. Okay. They're starting to go wide. And that represents a whole bunch of mana because it can bounce the forest. They haven't made a land drop in like 7 turns, so we know all 3 of the cards in their hand are spells. Another Scourge. And Hunger of the Howl Pack. That's a really fucking good one. Alright. That's going to be hard to beat. I should have... Just a little too late here. If I could take even 1 hit from this Vault Scourge, I would. But I can't. Snuff Out's on top of my deck. I think I'm dead. Yeah, I need a cast down, and I need to survive 2 turns to get to it, and that's not going to happen. Okay. I am dead here. Well played. That was a play-draw situation. I win that game on the play every single time. But now I know I'm playing against. Thorn of the Black Rose I like as a Death Touch body, removal spell. I don't really know if I want Suffocating Fumes here. I probably don't. Dispel I do want. Seems weird against mono green, but they do have really important instants. Things that are less important, Okiba Gang Shinobi. That's just smaller than a lot of their creatures and costs a lot more. I don't think I want this. I don't know, they do have Quirion Ranger and Vault Scourge, which are both things that get got by fumes. But my removal suite, otherwise, maybe I don't want a 3rd Thorn. Because losing the Monarch is so bad here. Is it just Edict Dispel? Maybe I don't even want the Dispel. Maybe I just want Fumes and just cut Okiba Gang Shinobi for Chainage Edict, basically. It's the only change I'm going to make. My plan has evolved wildly as I laid it out. Is Thorn better than Counterspell? It is a body on the board, which I like. Is this one where Ninja is worse than Thorn? It might be. And then Counterspell's back in. Or do I want Dispel there? I want Counterspell. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. If you have strong opinions about how to board in this matchup, I'm interested to hear them. On the play, okay, I have black mana in this hand and a removal spell. This is a keep. And I'm going to play Ice Tunnel because I have the fetch land to go with my Brainstorm right away. Land go. Okay, they Forest Goad me. What hand would they keep that has Forest Go? And I think it involves Burning Tree Emissary, so I'm going to hang out on this Counterspell. I can Brainstorm next turn if I need to. Ledgewalker. Edict or Fumes clear that, but I'm not going to mess with that. That's the kind of one you just watch slowly and die to. I think it's time to Brainstorm. Snuff out Counterspell. Okay, I'm going to put Terramorphic Expanse Island back. Terramorphic Expanse Island back. I'm going to play the other island so I have all my interaction up, and then I can draw island next turn, shuffle the other Terramorphic Expanse. It's not a perfect Brainstorm, but I think it is the right one. River Boa. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. Okay. I got that covered. Please put Rancor on it. I don't think I need to react right now. Oh, the Morbid card. Yeah, I do need to act right now. And if they have, like, Vines of Vastwood, I can counter it. Holy shit, they were all in on that. Cool. Game 3. Now that I've seen River Boa and Solana Ledgewalker, Suffocating Fumes is definitely a card I want. And I think the rest of this deck still checks out. I have to cut a card, of course. On the draw, Thorn might be worse. Still not super convinced on Ninja in the matchup. Mostly a 4-mana 2/2. I think Thorn is just better than Ninja in this matchup. I'm in. Ooh, this one's kind of a stinker. Got good cards in it, but the one land is really worrisome. And the one land comes into play tapped. I think I have to mulligan this. Fuck, it's worse. Alright, I'll keep. I'm going to send 2 of these islands to the bottom. As far as 5-card hands go, I'm actually pretty happy with this one. Ranger Danger. Ooh, I can snuff that Mamma Jamma. Hopefully that hurts their mana development, and Chainer's Edict gets to line up well against their Riverboa or Ledgewalker right now. Or they could have Burning Emissary and just put me in the earth. Okay, Riverboa. Augur. I'm going with Augur here. Oh yeah, Suffocating Fumes. Put it in my veins and also in my hand. This is an instant, so I can line up a block where I eat Burning Tree Emissary for free. Gonna need a Snuff Out for that one pretty quick though. They must have a pump spell, or else why would they deploy onto that when they know I have Fumes? I'm gonna preordain. Oh, land cast down is great. Top. I think I want to Edict them. Does that matter? Is holding up Spellstutter better? What if they don't cast a spell? Then I just didn't do anything on my whole turn. I'm not holding up Counterspell because that's a swamp. Okay, I think I'll hold up Spellstutter for a turn. The Edict's not going to get the snake anyway. Can't block. I don't have enough life to... Okay, I'm going to put Spellstutter into play just as material on the board. Will eventually become relevant, I hope. Ooh. Owl of the Nightpack. Shit. Alright, they snuck in a +1/+1 counter on that, so now it doesn't get fumed anymore. This is getting tougher. No, it's not. I'm fine. I take 5 here. Cast down the Burning Tree Emissary in the end step, untap and Edict them. And that's my game plan. Hope they don't have a creature in between, or that I do have a land on top. Can't block. I'm at 3. Okay, they didn't do anything. Cast down the other creature. Please don't save it. Please don't save it. Okay. Moment of truth. Do they have a flash creature of some kind here? Alright, nope, they don't. Do they have a haste creature I need to worry about? I hope not, because I'm attacking. River Boa, okay. They know I have Fumes for that one. And I'm casting them immediately. Not goofing around with any of this. Playing chicken shit. I am a chicken. Counter your spell. Or kill your creature. Whatever. Ranger. So the Ranger's free because they had a land drop to give. Metal Sentinel. And we know Rancor's in this hand somewhere. But I have Gurmag in hand. Bear Swipe. That's cool. They had to use that on a turn where they couldn't attack also. I'll take those. And I have exactly enough to Gurmag and leave up Counterspell. I eat my Chainer's Edict, but I'm pretty far away from 7 mana here. I should not attack. That's crazy. They have a 1/1 I can block. And I'm at 3. Okay, I'm not countering the first Rancor, because I can counter the Pump Spell or the Fight Spell or the second Rancor or whatever it is that makes this bigger than Gurmag. This is a little dangerous now. If they have another Pump Spell to give meaningful trample damage to this Metal Sentinel, I'm in trouble. Okay, cool. They didn't. Uh-oh. Preordain puts the shields down for Counterspell. I think they have nothing right now, and nothing favors me. Like, Drago favors me, so I'm gonna just hold on. Right now they're drawing their lands. Love that. They have 1 card in hand, and I have 2 Counterspells. Still not time to preordain. If I draw my 4th land to hardcast Snuff Out, things get a lot better. River Boa. That one's a Counterspell target. I think if they had anything, they would have attacked with Metal Sentinel first. Because they just lost their untap. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm dead. I'm just lining up the obvious blocks. Vines, Con Queso. Yeah, that's enough to kill me. Yeah, exact damage. Wish I could Snuff Out, but I can't. Alright, well played, opponent. They realized that I was stuck on mana and not really getting anywhere, and dug up to a point where they could double spell, and I could only single counter. So they played that perfectly. Well done, opponent. GG's. On the draw, 5 for 5. I'm going to keep. There's a lot of lands here, but it has both my colors. Augur will hopefully keep things going. Faerie Seer can smooth it out. They're playing against Affinity. Deal. Oh, yeah. In business. Faerie Seer. Snuff Out, Preordain. Yeah, I'll take both of those, actually. Top. I can't Snuff next turn because I don't have a Swamp. Or, yeah, Swamp. But hopefully I won't need it. Oh, yeah. They respect the Ninja. Unfortunately for them, I have a second payoff. Or a second enabler. And I know I'm hitting a spell because I put it there. Both my spells are Preordain. I'll take Preordain. Now I can Snuff and still Ninja. Wow, they missed their land drop too. get wrecked. It's a bad time to be my opponent. I have exactly the thing they were worried about last turn. Draw that extra card. And I'm just going to fetch a swamp right now. Get my F6 value. Hell yeah, they scooped it up. Ninja the Deep Hours is that good in Pauper. If you can't answer it, you are dead. It is how it is. Okay, playing against Affinity. I like the Chainer's Edict. I like Thorn of the Black Rose. I like the Hydroblasts and Dispels. Probably don't want all 4 Hydroblast, but Dispel is pretty good. We didn't see much of their deck. We don't know where they are on the like 4/4 tribal to combo deck spectrum. But all Affinity decks do have the ATOG fling thing going on. Cards that are worse. So Kiba Gang Shinobi, Suffocating Fumes. Cast Down's good, Counterspell's good. Augur. I cut the Ninja last time, which I determined later was a mistake. I do like Counterspell, I like Augur. Yeah, weird. How do I fit all these cards in if I'm not shaving ninjas? Maybe Fairy Seer is worse. Like, I don't need to enable Ninja on turn 2, especially on the draw. That can happen later in the game as well. I think I do want all my removal. I want my Augurs to find my removal. Counterspell is good. I think upgrading it to Hydroblast and Dispel 1 copy is fine. And maybe I don't want this extra Thorn. I gotta find 2 more cards to cut though. Okay, on the draw, Thorn is better than Ninja. Even though Ninja is good, and better than I gave it credit for, I think Thorn is probably better on the draw. If the game plan is to keep the board clear and then start drawing extra cards, Thorn is better at doing that. And I think I can shave a Spellstutter Sprite. A lot of their important cards cost 7. So just have more efficient counterspells in for that kind of stuff. My hand is great. I'm going to keep it. A nice, slow, control-y hand. Hope that lines up well against what they're doing. Disciple confirmed. Oh, that was lucky. Now I get to fetch a swamp, and I can keep this Ash Barrens for my Brainstorm later. I was about to say it sucks we have to use Ash Barrens, which is the shuffle effect. Okay, they're curving out pretty hard here. I'm going to snuff a Tog in the end step, untap, and cast down the other thing. Or I mean, by cast down, I mean Edict. I guess I don't need to do this in the end step. I can do it on my turn too. Whatever, it's all the same. Okay, snuff out a Tog. Chainer's Edict. That other idiot. Cast down, there's no legends in their deck, so cast down will always kill something that I want it to, and Edict has limited value based on the board state. So I'm gonna cast my worst spell first, because it does the same thing in that spot. Cool. Alright, Brainstorm. I'm gonna put back Ash Barrens, Preordain. Then I'm gonna pick up the Preordain. I don't need Ash Barrens anymore. The Augur is clearing my Brainstorm for me. Ooh, JK, maybe not. That was pretty aggro, but I like it. I'm moving into hard cast snuff out mode. I have cast down. They currently have no board. Here Enforcer, sure, I can kill that. There's that Preordain. Bottom, top. I do like Counterspell. I'm just going to cast down for now. Get my land drop. They have 3 cards in their hand plus star in play, so functionally 4 cards in hand. Crack their star. They don't have a lot of material, so flinging an ATOG doesn't even kill me here. Alright, Makeshift Munitions is a good one. My deck's full of Blue Blast, though. They're a little bigger than that they're ready for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even get to leave my Chainer's Edict in the bin, which I'm very close to casting. Like, this Gurmag's either going to kill them, or Chainer's Edict's going to be active. Those are the 2 versions, the 2 paths this game could go down. Nah. For 5. They have 1 card left in their hand. I am going to play out my lands because we're getting closer to Edict. Like, holding them for Brainstorm doesn't matter that much. Just had land go. Oh, now I have Dispel for the next Galvanic Blast or the Fling or whatever. I'm feeling good about this one. Ooh, what's all this? Oh, are they sacking 5 things to kill Gurmag? I also feel good about that. Oh yeah, they're going for it. Yeah, this is gross. I think it's the right play because they're gonna die anyway, but I don't know, maybe they could take 1 more turn See if they just like thought cast their way out of this. It's a big commitment. Wish I just had like mutagenic growth or something there. That would have been the nuts. Okay. Now they have 2 lands, 2 cards in hand, to my 6 lands, 2 cards in hand. This game's going to take a little longer, but it won't be too bad. Hydroblast can remove munitions if I draw a creature or a counter and a Tog. Wellspring, you got that. They can fling that at me. Oh, I probably should have killed munitions in response to that, because now they can ping and draw a second card. Or maybe I just save it for the payoff. Yeah, that's probably not that good. Very interested in like Augur of Bolus. Very interested in countering that card as well. Another Hydroblast, okay. Now that I have 2 of these, I'll probably spend 1 on munitions if they cast another thing that they can sack for value. I'll destroy munitions in response to that. And not that they can sack it for value specifically, but it's a free thing they can ping with. Not something they really need in play. Another Snuff, alright. We're settled in here for the long game. Another Prism. Wellspring, glad I destroyed the munitions. Thoughtcast, okay. They're starting to dig. Snuff that. Okay. The Iron Price. Remove that from play. Right. An Augur would be great at any point here, deck. Or Thorn. Thorn of the Black Rose is what I'm really looking for here. Another Wellspring. They are juiced up if they ever find a Tog. There's that thing. I will snuff this out as well. Paramorphic Expanse, that is the 7th land for Edict. The scary thing about Edict is it does answer a 4/4, but it does leave them the line of 2 cards in hand are Atog Fling. All right, not anymore. Brainstorm Spellstutter, okay. I'm going to bottom Spellstutter and top Brainstorm. And I'm going to... Thorn of the Black Rose is in my deck. Now I can wait. I saved this fetch land in case I found Brainstorm, so I want to make sure I get paid for it. Drew Augur, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna maximize this Brainstorm with Augur rather than with fetch land. Put back Dispel Preordain, or Spellstutter Preordain. Spellstutter Preordain can go back. Augur picks up the Preordain. Another cast down there. I don't think I want that. And then I'm just going to wait now. I can't cast Thorn this turn anyway. I just want to really make sure I don't get combo killed. This is my whole job right now. I'm going to crack my Terramorphic Expanse in the end step. Now that I've used a Brainstorm, my hand is full of good cards. I just want all my mana available. That's scary. They don't have any sack outlets. Good thing I killed that munitions 100 turns ago. I'm going to cast this down. I don't want to give them any value. Like, even the 1 point of damage this Chromatic Star would deal. Not interested in fighting through that. They crack their star. 2 cards in hand. Other munitions. Counter target red spell. They have 1 card in their hand left. Even if it is a Tog, then it's not Fling, so I'm safe to leave the shields down right now. And that munitions would have drawn 2 cards off the Wellsprings. Now we need a way to pull ahead, like Thorn or Ninja. Not really looking for these, but I will keep another Hydroblast in my hand. That helps answer most of the things I'm worried about. Counterspell, okay. Get to work, little Augur. You got 14 attacks to get in. This is the death of 1,000 cuts that I told you about in the deck tech. I'll back those several hours ago. Sometimes you Gurmag, sometimes you attack for 1 14 times. Hard to believe this is the same game where they sacked 5 permanents to kill a Gurmag Angler. Look how many permanents they have. It was definitely the right play. I should have augured pre-combat, though, in case I found a spell that cantrips into Ninja. Alright, no problem. Guaranteed to not hit. I just sent a Gurmag to the bottom, so that's 1 less giant banger, but I did just cut the clock in half. 12 turns just became 6. Adds up quick. They're spending red mana. Counter target red spell. Get out of here with that. What have they built up for me? Deadly Dispute. Dispel that. Still holding Counterspell. They have 2 cards in hand. I have 2 answers in hand. You can have that one. Chromatic Star. Okay. About Ninja. Augur. All right, I'm going to pre-combat it this time in case I find a card that cantrips into Ninja. Nope. Look at my bottom 3 cards again. Did find Ninja, though. Got to send it straight to the graveyard. That was fun. Added another point of damage to the clock. Another counterspell to the hand. I think we've won this game. Just gotta go through the motions and click till we get there. We can cast that down. Busted their Chromatic Star for a redraw. Atog gets counterspelled. Did they think they could bait me with a Mirror Enforcer? I'm insulted. I don't give a shit about that card. I mean, I have to kill it to attack through it, but you're not going to get a counterspell out of me for it. Faerie Seer, cool. They're at 4. Faerie Seer. Thorn and Ninja, wow. Yep, top. I don't think this game's going to go another turn, but I am definitely keeping those right there. Even if they're 2 cards in hand, are Atog Fling. Oh, beautiful. I'll let them have that. Get that extra draw step. Unfortunately, they're going to die to the Ninja attack, and they don't even know Thorn's coming, but I do get to finally deploy this Ninja I've been waiting so patiently for. Bang, bang, bang. And Ninjafy. That's 4 by my count. Ooh, Pyroclasm. It's a shame my deck is full of counterspells. Bang! Alright, a clean win over Affinity. That was a tight little 4-1 with blue-black fairies. This deck felt incredible. We beat the mirror twice, including someone who was cheating, and beat Affinity twice. And Affinity and blue-black are the 2 premier decks in Pauper right now, and we were 4-0 against them. Just, I mean, that's a good scoreboard to have. Lost a squeaker to Green Stompy. We were on the draw, would have won game 1 on the play, and then they did play really well to navigate my counterspells and removal in game 3 to kill me for Xaxes. So that was really cool. This was a great league, good Pauper league. I think we got to showcase most of the things that the blue-black or the fairy shell does, regardless of what color you're splashing with it. We got some like turn 2 ninjas, went coast to coast games. We got some grindy games, that one with Thorn of the Black Rose. We got some Gurmag Angler kills. Fairy, pick up Faerie Ninja, re-Fairy. Like, we did all of it. We did it all. We got to showcase how to play around important spells. That one mirror match where, like, I skipped my second turn to play a 2-drop into their Spellstutter rather than a 1-drop into their Spellstutter, and like all of that. Like, I think we learned some cool tricks there if we were all paying attention. Important lessons learned. The Pauper card pool is big, but it's exploitable. Like, that's what I was talking about. Like this is Legacy without the bullshit. Like, nobody's going to chalice you. Nobody's going to tendrils you. Nobody's going to show and tell you whatever. If you know the card pool, if you know what the decks do, you can really manipulate smart plays over longer games. And I think we leveraged that against most of our opponents, and we had it leveraged against us once in that green matchup as well. So Pauper, very skill intensive, very skill rewarding format. And I had a lot of fun doing this. Brendan, thank you for asking me to do this. Everyone else, thank you for watching. I used to play a lot more Pauper on the channel. It wasn't performing very well a lot of the time, and I had to sort of put it on the back burner. But if you want this sort of stuff, comment, subscribe. If you want to put your Pauper deck in the queue, join the Patreon or the YouTube membership and submit it through that channel. The way that you see more of this is by getting in here and telling me to do it. So please let me know if you want to see this kind of stuff. I like doing it. And thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, check out all the links, and I'll see you next time.